Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I'm a full-time reseller with Poshmark. I'll have the link in the bio down below. If you want to check it out, you get $15 if you sign up using my code, so you should do that. Anyways, you're probably here because you already are on Poshmark, so I don't know what who am I fooling? Who am I fooling with this? Doesn't matter. Today is a highly requested video on how I turn jeans into cutoff shorts, and I'm highly influenced by many other resellers. So if you're not on Instagram, you need to go on Instagram, follow me, and follow these wonderful people because they always have tips and tricks up their sleeve and they're always willing to share their amazing tips. Now, I found these vintage 560 Levi jeans, men's jeans, in a waist 36, and they're from 1995 and they're maroon color. I was kind of debating back and forth if I should keep them as is, if I should chop them up, but I bought them to chop them up, so that's what I did. I think it's actually a little bit more difficult nowadays to find good Levi's in 100% cotton, which is super important when you're distressing jeans, whether you're making them into shorts or just distressing them, because that's a look. So it's difficult for me to find 100% cotton at a reasonable price. And, I'm not going to pay up to destroy them. I want to pay a decent price so that if I do make a mistake, oh well. Here's my tutorial on how I distress jeans into shorts. Let's go. Start off with some basic tools that you have around your house. You want some sort of marker to mark where you're going to cut, a pair or two of scissors I find while I'm cutting. Some scissors tend to get dull, a good pair of tweezers to pull out the strands, and I love using a big bristle brush to help distress them, and then a measuring tape for your inseams. Next, you'll need your pair of pants. These here are the 560 Levi jeans, orange tab vintage, in a size 36, 32, but the inseam doesn't matter anymore anyway, since we're getting rid of the inseam. They are originally the loose fit tapered leg in 100% cotton, and they were made in the States, which is highly sought after. You can see there it says 95, which means they're from 1995. And another cool tip that I learned from another reseller is that there's numbers on the back of the front button, and that helps you to distinguish where it's made if its tag's missing on the inside. So let's get started. Here I'm going to measure out an inseam that I think is appropriate. For me, I like to do a longer inseam on, I realize here my marker doesn't work. Anyways, I like to do a longer inseam for my plus sizes, simply just because, we're not making underwear, we're making shorts here, people. So I marked that off on both sides, and that's kind of my starting point. I would never cut like that. What we want to do is open it up, and we're going to move away our pockets for sure, making sure that we don't cut our pockets. And we're going to use our measuring tape. Now, you could go across, but it's not really great. I learned from another reseller that you want to go up a little bit, just a bit, and mark it off as you go. Now, some people might just fold it in half, but I enjoy measuring it again, just as so, and marking it off yet again. But still, somehow, I made a mistake, but I always measure several times, cut once. So I'm going to fold it in half, see if my lines match up. I notice they don't. So I'm going to try again. I'm like, I measured this. This is weird. Anyways, I'm going to mark it off like that. And we're going to create a line going up. Still made a mistake. Oh my goodness. Finally. It doesn't matter. The stuff washes off anyways, even though it's permanent marker. It's a lighter color, so it comes off really quickly. Then you're just going to cut across. Save that for later. Probably have some other project for it, and do the other side. Now you'll notice I have to switch scissors. It's so much easier with the second pair of scissors. That's why I always say have two pairs on at all times. Now we're going to pick our places to de-stress. I'm going to put some here. So I like to poke it with the one side. Be careful, please be careful. And then we don't want to cut. Do not just cut across. You want to yank, pull, rip those holes open. You're simply using the scissors to give you a starting point, and then you just pull, pull, pull. This helps create a more authentic rip. If you use the scissors only, it doesn't fray as nicely. Now I'm using tweezers, as you can see, to pull out little strands, make it easier to separate the strands, and move on from there. I'm now using the brush to really move and tatter up the area. It really helps to move stuff instead of doing it by hand. Just, repeat. You want to keep doing this over and over until you get your desired amount of de-stressing. You'll notice here that I had to go put on a wrist brace because I was actually hurting myself. I have a sensitive wrist, so make sure you are comfortable and don't overexert yourself and don't hurt yourself. So here I am doing the edges just to give you a look of how the bristle brush works. I find it just grabs those little pieces. You can then use the tweezers if you want, but I think the easiest way to do it is probably just sticking them into the dryer and letting it run its course, basically, with the item. Another great tip is to take the tweezers and pull the single strings out, and it creates a nice look without just a frayed look. It's like that nice little stringy look that we all love and adore. So you just want to grab the one little piece and pull it up over your fingers, just as I show you there. I'm going to do it on the other side. See, just little strands, we're pulling them out, and it creates this really cool look here. See? Next, I am going to work on the pocket area. Now just be careful. Be sure to pull up the pocket away from where you're working to make it easier and make sure that you don't make the pockets useless, because we like pockets. Women don't have enough of them. And then you can see I just used the little brush and the pocket is safe. Now I'm going to do the top of the pocket. I really like just doing this extra distressing. What I want to do is just cut the very, very, very top part. There are 2 lines on the pocket. I don't want to cut into any of the seams for this pocket specifically. It just gives a little bit of distressing while keeping the integrity of the pocket intact. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and I've moved out of frame. Yep, that's just like me to do that. I'm just doing the same thing on the other side. And we're going to do that again. Distress it a little bit. Love it. But this one, I'm going to show you. I cut into the second seam. So the first, there's 2 seams. The top seam, I'm going to cut past that, and I'm going to keep the second seam intact. And it gives this really stringy look to it while keeping the integrity of the pocket. I kind of decided if I wanted to play with the fly, but quickly decided against it. Now let's cut this tab off. I'm kidding, don't do that. Keep the tabs on there. For the back pocket, again, I am going in between the 2 seams to maintain the integrity, but give it a very frayed look. I really like it on the back pockets, just not so much the front pockets. So we're going to use the brush to really pull out the frayage. Love it. Now the bottom one, I'm only doing the tiny little area because, again, we want the pockets. Keep the pockets. Don't destroy the pockets. But I still wanted to give it like this really cool grungy look. So I did the bottom area there. Again, only cutting off like the very, very edge to break that seam. But don't break the seam completely because we want pockets. Have I established that we like pockets? Again, do the same on the other side if you like this look. We always want it to be a little bit symmetrical. And I was trying to show you how it looks, but it's hard to show you from this angle anyways. I'm now doing the bottom again, only cutting off the edge and fraying it. Great. Now what else should I do? I think I like it the way it is. This is what we've got. I really like to grab the edge, kind of like an accordion, and just go at it. Really pulls that fraying out. You can also just stick it in a dryer, let it run its course, maybe wash them, then dry them, and it'll really pull out all the frayed hem. All right, here they are on me. They aren't my size, they don't quite fit me, and that's okay because they were never meant for me. Instead, I'm going to show you how they fit on my non-existent booty. Yeah, I'm going to pop it out there just to make it seem as if I have one, but they don't quite fit me, so it's okay. It's got a nice, decent inseam, makes it super nice and comfortable for everyone. And you know that rubbing that happens between your thighs? Yeah, I'm trying to be mindful of that too. You got the distressing and the frayage all around. Here I am showing you my booty once more because it doesn't exist. Oh, booty, booty, booty. Yep, non-existent. So anyways, I do have the pocket sticking out there, but that's just a style. You can also pull it in and show off the rips there if it actually fit my thigh properly. There you go. So I got them there. I got them at the pockets. You'll notice that I do pay attention to where I put my rips. I don't want to put them too in the middle. You know, I want you to be confident in what you're wearing. If you like to go commando, girl, I got you covered. You will be covered in these. And that's just a preference. Here I am sticking my booty out again. Okay, someone needs to fire this girl. And they're done. So I am extremely happy with how they turned out. Lots of, you know, fraying here, but it's done. Like, it's not going to fray anymore. Like, it might get a little bit more frayed, but like, it's not going to continue to rip. Unless you like really try to rip it, like, then of course it will. I do like that it frayed on the ends. I could probably do with a little bit more. I'm going to stick it in the dryer probably one more time. And I'm obsessed with these pockets. I love that I decided to do the larger fraying at the top of the pockets and also a smaller fray at the bottom. Just really liked it. Really cute, different. Really love this color. Really happy and glad that I did this. So if you're debating whether or not you should do it, I definitely think that you should practice. Give it a shot on maybe a pair of shorts that you have, or if you're able to get some donations or get them for a cheap price and go from there. You know, you don't want to spend too much money and then be nervous, because that's the worst part. Super fun to distress shorts. I wish I had access to so many more. I would make so many. But if you have been thinking about it, distressing shorts, here is your wake-up call. Go distress them. It's so much fun. Whether it's for your own wardrobe or for your Poshmark closet or for any closet, go do it, because it's so much fun. Thank you so much for checking out my video. I will see you next week with another fun video. Until then, check out my links down below and connect with me on Instagram. I'll talk to you there.